welcome. This video has been produced for you and is intended as an offering of service. As mentioned in our previous video, we wanted to create something very simple and straightforward that would outline and potentially introduce some very basic and essential elements of the lifestyle of mystical cultivation. In the following footage, we have attempted to incorporate some of the more easy-to-grasp fundamentals of physical, mental, and spiritual cultivation. We hope that these demonstrations can serve you and your life in some way. The information here is not particularly complex or detailed, as we felt that keeping things very simple and to the point for this video was the right approach. Before we begin with the physical cultivation element of this demonstration, we would like to further outline something that we did not include in the following footage. In a moment, you will see an explanation and demonstration of a very simple form of physical exercise that can be utilized to maintain physical strength, longevity, and flexibility in the physical body. As you will see, we began with a simple warm-up stretching routine followed by 4 basic cardio exercises. Following this, we move into a complete round-the-body routine for maintaining muscle strength, making use of some weighted dumbbells. This part of the routine, the weighted strength exercise portion, is intended to be completed 3 times over. For the purpose of this demonstration, we only ran through the 7 exercise form once, so you did not have to watch us do the same thing multiple times. If you decide to follow along with the exercises at your own pace, please feel free to simply rewind this portion of the video and recomplete the strength maintenance portion of the routine a further 2 times, taking a well-deserved rest of 1 or 2 minutes between each set. Of course, if you desire, you could repeat this routine as many times as you wish. Also, we decided not to include any martial arts training demonstrations in this particular video, as we will be giving much more attention to that part of our practice in a future video. After all, deep martial arts cultivation requires great care and attention to detail, and so we thought it best to give this discipline the full care and attention it really deserves. Finally, we would like to apologize for the sound quality in some areas of this footage. We consider ourselves mere beginners in the world of capturing footage, and we certainly learned some valuable lessons from some of the errors we made this time around. Please forgive our inexperience. We do feel, however, that enough of the main points of what we wish to share with you are clear enough. And of course, we will strive to do much better going forward. With all of that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and please enjoy the video. Okay, so jumping in with the physical element of this 3-part program. So as you can see in the background here, we have a short routine of exercises to engage in, to practice daily or weekly, whatever you choose. And we're starting off with a full stretch from head to toe, and then we're going to be moving into some cardio fitness exercises, followed by some strength exercises done with dumbbells. And you're welcome to use dumbbells, or you're welcome to just do the exercises without any weight. So starting by rotating the head all the way around one way 10 times, and then doing the same in reverse 10 times. Now nodding the head forwards and backwards slowly 10 times. Now moving the head to the left and to the right so that the ear touches the shoulder. Take your time with this one, especially if you have any neck issues or you have tightness in the neck. Now rotating the shoulders in a circular motion backwards 10 times and forwards 10 times. Now moving large circles with the arms. Please do take your time with this one. 10 times backwards and 10 times forwards. And twisting the body with the arms nice and loose. 10 times each side. Just allowing the arms to swing freely. Followed by the same movement but with a much tighter movement of the body. So the hands are held much closer to the chest and it's a little bit quicker, a little bit more energy behind the move. So now we're doing circles. If we place the hands on the belly, just making large circles with the hips, small circles if you like. 10 times one way and 10 times the opposite way. So now we'll be placing our hand on down by our knee, one hand on our head, and tilting the body as far over as we can go until we begin to feel a stretch down the side of the body for approximately 5 or 6 or 7 seconds, gently bouncing to just encourage a little bit of a deeper stretch down the side of the body. Followed by spreading the feet wide apart, keeping the legs completely straight so the knees are pushed back, and reaching down until we feel a stretch at the back of the legs, behind the knees and in the hamstrings. And now leaning to one side, just gently bouncing to encourage a little bit of a deepening of the stretch. And the same on the other side. You would be welcome to extend this routine for as long as you like, but this is just a nice simple warm-up before any more kind of intense exercise. Now squatting down and placing the elbows on the knees and pushing the inner thigh apart with the forearm. So now we begin with the fitness cardio exercises. We like to call these ones burpees. I know there are many different ways to do burpees. Essentially we're putting our hands down on the floor and then pushing our feet back in one motion and then standing up again. So pushing our feet back and then bringing them forward instantly and then standing up again. Doing this 10 times. These ones we call mountain climbers, so we're alternating our left foot to our left hand and back again, and in the same in reverse on the other side. So right foot to right hand, left foot to left hand. Ground to sky jumps, simply touching the floor and then jumping and reaching for the sky. If jumping is a problem for you at all, just don't jump. Reach down, touch the floor, and then stand up and touch the sky. Knees to elbow jumps. These ones are quite impactful on the body, just jumping and raising the knees to the palms or to the forearms or the elbows. Feel free to just walk on the spot or raise one knee at a time. And so here we're just taking a second, about 10 deep breaths, just to catch our breath essentially. So this whole routine you could do every day, you could do it 3 times a week, you could do it twice a week. If you were going to do this exercise 3 times a week, and then potentially say you did this on a Monday, a Wednesday and a Friday, on the Tuesday and Thursday you could do some light stretching, perhaps some fitness-focused exercises. It's always good to give your muscles a rest from any kind of weightlifting or strengthening. But you know, if you are fit enough, you could do this every single day without a problem. So, lifting up the dumbbells, holding them in front of us, palms facing towards our body, squatting down until the elbows come into close contact or close proximity with the thighs, keeping a nice straight back and not needing to squat down too far. 10 reps. Straight into a deadlift, so feet about shoulder width apart, holding the dumbbells in front of us with our palms facing backwards, bending forward with a straight back and touching the floor with the weight. Try not to swing the weight too far behind, but allowing it to open up our chest as the weight comes down by our side. Now leaning forward, bent over rows, palms facing backwards, holding the weights and lifting the weight from the floor to our chest. Now standing up, shoulder press, each weight either side of our head, bringing the weight down to about shoulder height, palms facing forward, and then extending to the sky 10 times. Hammer curls, so this is for the biceps, just holding the weights down by the side, palms facing in, and raising the weight to our shoulders. Again, not swinging the weights. So a nice controlled raising and a nice controlled descending of the weights. Now dropping one weight, holding the weight over our head and extending the triceps. So tricep overhead extension. Doing our best to kind of lock the elbows in place so that they stay in the same place, and raising and extending with the tricep, not the shoulders. And now we move down into the final exercise, which is just push-ups on the weight. Doing our best to get our chest past the weight as much as possible. 10 reps. Alright, so this is being recorded as part of the free introductory basic essential course program that we would like to offer you. And this is going to be the a little bit of the energy work element. As you can see, we have our expert assistant over here demonstrating exactly what to do when you find yourself in a mysterious location with a wonderfully clear, crystal clear pool. You do what he's doing. But if you're not going to do this, then let's practice a little bit of presence and tuning into the energy of the present moment. So a lot of people would potentially recognize this as a kind of qigong exercise, or potentially even a yoga exercise. The labels are really irrelevant. What matters, the only thing that matters, is what you're doing. And so, to begin with, remember this is just very bare bones basics. We're not going into too much theoretical knowledge here. We're just going into a little bit of a practical exercise for you to do as part of the physical, mental and spiritual course / program. This is a physical discipline, it's also a mental discipline, and it leads one into a greater awareness of spirituality. So you're going to find a place where you can basically be alone with nature, alone with your own body, alone with your own thoughts, without anything to do, and a place that inspires a little bit of serenity and peace within you. If you want to, take your shoes off, take your socks off, have your bare feet touching the ground, and just stop for a second. Close your eyes
And take a nice deep breath in and breathe all the way out. And as you breathe out, just relax. Breathing in again and breathing out, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your arms, fully relaxing your body. Not so much that you fall over, obviously, but just taking a second to relax and tune into what you can feel and what you can hear and what you can sense. Taking a second to just connect with what is happening right now. And allowing yourself to enjoy what is happening right now. From here, you're going to bring your hands into this position here, right in front of your belly button, breathing all the way out. And as you breathe in, you're going to bring your hands up. And as you breathe out, the hands will come down the middle. Once again, breathing in. And breathing out. The idea with this practice is to begin to tune into the energy of body and mind. To learn to cultivate this energy and willfully direct it. As you're breathing in, bring all of your attention up into the sky. The wind, feeling the wind, feeling the air, and then bringing your attention back inside the body, back down here, just around your belly button, just below your belly button. You can do this with your eyes open or closed. You may find if your eyes are closed that you will be able to feel what's happening more intensely. But it can also be hard to balance with your eyes closed. Just do what you feel comfortable doing. The essential element to get to grips with here is getting out of your thoughts or leaving your thoughts alone and tuning into what's happening inside the body and what's happening outside of the physical body. And beginning to make contact with a space of your experience that is not psychological. It is experiential. It is the body happening. It is the breath happening. It is the energy of mind flowing and functioning through the body and outside of the body. Very, very simple practice, but it's part of a more elaborate and more complex system of energy cultivation. From there, once you've done enough breaths, do as many as you're comfortable with. Just stop. Tune into what you are aware of. Tune into the sensations of the body. Tune into the breath. Tune into what you can see and what you can hear through the body. And once again, just beginning to consider this practice of spending time outside of your own thinking, outside of the content of your thinking, where all the energy of life exists. And once again, this is a sliver of a more complex and only slightly more elaborate system of energy concentration, energy cultivation. But this is enough to just stop and take a few breaths intentionally, consciously, and connect with the body and open up to the energy of presence to be able to bring a little bit of relief, a little bit of vitality, a little bit of relaxation, a little bit of groundedness to the mind. Alright, I suppose that's going to do it. Again, once again, combined with the physical elements, which we will be doing in a separate video, or you would have already seen in this video, and we have yet to get onto a little bit of meditation as well. Thank you for watching.
We're creating a introductory guide into meditation. So, as someone who's never been introduced to meditation, hasn't done much meditation, how would they begin?
Okay. So as part of the little triplet, the triple gem of physical, mental and spiritual practice / discipline, the program that we're wanting to offer and give to people, this meditation instructional, if you want to put it that way. Okay, so meditation is all about awareness. That's the core of what meditation is. It's about realizing awareness, realizing what you are behind all of the movements of life. That being the psychology, the emotion, the life of one body, all of the movements of life itself. Behind all of these movements is the same singular awareness, aware of all things. So meditation is about connecting with that awareness and realizing that that is what you are. So how do we meditate? To learn to watch. We step back from the movements of psychology, of emotion, of the comings and goings of life, which means the happenings of life, the things that are occurring in your life. We take a step back from them and we step into the observer, that which is witnessing what is happening. So we'll do a little bit of a practical guide here. Take a second, wherever you are, make yourself comfortable. If you can hear a little dog wandering around, he's, hey Kev, come, say hello. Yes.
He's part of a tribe.
This is Kevin. Say hello to his butt. That's his butt right there. What's happening? You like to meditate too, don't you? Yes. Alright, you go. So, meditation doesn't have to be anything too special. It's a case of watching what's happening without commentary, without interference, without adding anything or subtracting anything from simply what is happening. In that space of watching, a re-identification occurs, a kind of remembering of
true identity, what you really are, what is real behind the illusion of life. And so this is just going to be a very basic and straight to the point demonstration / suggestion, instruction, however you want to term it. Okay, so wherever you are, just find a place where you can just stop for a moment. Take a second to tune into your body. Notice what's happening inside the body. No need to comment, no need to control. Just watch what's happening. It's always wise to take a second to relax a little bit. Come into the body. Maybe take a breath and just breathe out. And with that breath out, just relax. Just tune into what's happening. You can do this with your eyes open. You may find you want to close your eyes, and that's fine too. Just notice what you are aware of. This awareness is what you really are. You are aware. The body, thoughts, emotions, sensations, perceptions of various kinds. That is the life that you are aware of. And when you are simply aware of life, there is nothing more to do. There is nothing more to do with regards to trying to figure anything out. It is simply a case of being aware of life as it's happening, as it's unfolding. So, step into awareness, which is... Okay, I should explain something. We have to say things like step into awareness, connect with awareness, maintain the perspective of awareness. Even though you are always awareness, you are never not awareness. You have an identity, a sense of individual identity occurring inside the brain. That's not what you are. We call that ego or the guest, the temporary identity which is personal, with a name and a history, etc., etc. So when we say things like return to the awareness or maintain the perspective of awareness, that means just leave the guest, the individual personality, alone, and rather step into a more direct contact with what is happening. You can't not ever be awareness. But we have to say things like step into awareness, maintain the perspective of awareness, and watch what is happening. If there comes a time where you feel like the eyes of the body want to close, that's fine. Just allow them to do that. And throughout your life, if you want to cultivate meditation sincerely, from this moment on, learn to maintain this perspective of watching what is happening with a semi-detached, from a semi-detached point of view or a fully detached point of view. Get to know this space of awareness. That's it. That's all meditation is. Now this can be done whether you're walking, whether you're talking, whether you're swimming, whether you're sleeping, whether you're eating. No matter what is happening, awareness is behind it always. As you connect with this awareness, or as you learn to maintain this perspective of pure awareness, mind of life, the energy of mind the true identity of mind itself becomes very, very obviously apparent to you, to the point where it is absolutely undeniable what you are and what you are not. You become hyper obviously aware of what is real and what is illusory, and from there you live with absolute clarity of life, absolute clarity of your life. You see conceptual thought, concept, you see emotion, you see the movements of various illusions, forms of energy in life, and you see through them, you see above them and beyond them, and you see from above them, and everything is clear. This is the objective of meditation, but this is also, when you're meditating, this is where you are. This powerful watching of life as it's unfolding. To get to know this space is the process, the path. To spend time in this state of watching, that's all there is to it. How often are you totally aware, without being carried away by the current circumstances of your own thoughts or emotions or immediate environment and what is happening? How often are you totally aware without being carried away? And so, going forward, the intention would be to establish a lifestyle that supports this kind of practice, if you want to put it that way. To step into this space for a second is to realize that everything that you thought was going on is not happening. All of the trauma and drama of the past that you've been carrying with you is not here anymore. It's only sustained in thought, the self-thinking, the apparent individual which thinks it has a past. Outside of that brain, which is only happening inside your head, outside of that brain, none of that is happening. To see that even for a fraction of a second is to transcend all of the suffering of your life instantly. But a lot of people jump out of their head for a fraction of a second and connect with that space, and then return back inside the brain and begin analyzing it and interpreting it and thinking, I am now identifying with it. I just touched something. I just had an experience. And okay, that's part of the process, but leave it all behind. Let it all go. And learn to maintain this present awareness, also called mindfulness. So anyone who wants to seriously get to grips with the practice, the lifestyle of meditation, must begin to establish a life where this exercise, if you want to call it an exercise, is regularly inquired into. So having this as the foundation of, this mystic society process that's unfolding, it is essential going forward that each one is intimate with this space, because it's from here that we live with absolute clarity. And so together, being together in this space is how we walk forward. So it's a fundamentally essential component of a mystic society. Okay, I suppose that's probably going to do it for this part of the offering of the triple gem: physical, mental, and spiritual. This being a mental exercise,
which contains the body, so it contains the physical body, but also it is in making contact with the spirit of life, which is what you are. When we say make contact with that, if you perceive yourself to be an individual, then you may feel like you're making contact with something. But actually, that's what you have always been behind this illusion of being individual. So you're coming home to yourself, truly. So, in connecting with this space, the spirit of life becomes so obviously apparent to you that there is no mistaking it anymore. There is no confusing what is what and what is not. So with regards to this triple component, physical, mental and spiritual practice, we have covered already the combined mental and spiritual practices of a little bit of energy stuff with chi work, and this meditation part is the final component. And essentially there's enough instruction in this mini course for anyone to begin to establish a strong foundation in the practice, a strong foundation in the lifestyle. If you want to inquire further, if you need further instruction, or you want to simply make a connection and establish more of a secure contact with us, just reach out, initiate contact, say hello, send an email, write a comment. If you have questions, feel free to ask them. And at the same time, keep an eye out for what else is yet to come. So thank you everyone for being a part of this. Hopefully it serves you in some way. And that's all for now.